Greetings, everyone. This is
Got
Payman
it.
Lorenzi, host of the Leaders What podcast. Today, I have a very special guest, my wonderful friend Siba from beautiful Lebanon, but right now she's in Dubai. We get connected
Thank
through
you. Thank
our common friends, beautiful friend of ours, Crystal Healy, wonderful publisher from Australia. We're going to talk about what you're doing in the book in a moment. So, Crystal connected me to you because I was looking for people who have really goosebump inducing stories to showcase them on my podcast, especially now that my podcast has reached over 200 episodes. For the first 200 episodes, I was looking for people who have inspiring stories, but now going beyond, I'm looking for people that have more than just inspiring, but that have goosebump inducing stories, the type of stories that make you almost cry, that inspire you like crazy, like a rocket. And when I heard Siva's story the first time we talked, I said, wow, Crystal was right. She is absolutely phenomenal and wonderful personality, beautiful smile. And that's why she's here today. So lots of things we can talk about. As I said, she's based in Dubai since last September. She was a banker in Lebanon, but she didn't like banking. And then she made the transition to work now into marketing, media, and production. And she has a wonderful vision, which is she wants to have a center for Middle Eastern women because her goal and mission, what she's all about, is about inspiring women to be themselves, which is absolutely beautiful. We talked about that just before going live, and we're going to explore that further. And also, she went through a very painful time and challenge in her life, which was the loss of her sister. And that really was a game changer for her. That was also like a catalyst for her to really, in a way, to rethink about life, what really matters, and following her heart and following her purpose. And that's what she's been doing. There's a lot we can cover. And I have a feeling my little pinky is telling me that this can be not just one episode, but maybe 2 or 3 episodes because we have so much to explore and cover. So without any
thank
further
you.
ado, Siba, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hello, dear. Hello. How have you been?
I'm doing wonderful, especially now I'm talking to you. Wonderful person, wonderful friend, and wonderful stories.
Thank
So
you
I'm
so
excited.
much. I'm excited too. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it's been an honor also to meet with you, to talk to you, and to be friend with you also. And
Pleasure's
I would like to
mine.
thank Crystal for that. That's a
Absolutely.
really great honor. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Pleasure's all mine. It's an honor as well. So, as I told you earlier, the type of conversation I like to have is to see under the hood, so to speak, to see it, to look in your heart and have a heart to heart conversation. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yes, sure.
All right, let's go. Yallah, baby. All right. So, for people who don't know you, sure, we're going to talk about your professional achievements and your businesses in a moment. But for people who don't know you, tell us who's Siba as a person and as a human being?
Well, I consider myself a people lover. I genuinely love people. I'm genuinely interested in people. And I was like this like since I was really 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
And I take life now. I'm taking life easy. I take it like really simple.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be this way until a certain age, and then sometimes we go by,
Mm-hmm.
we imitate the surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
We choose to go by the rules, by the book
Mm-hmm.
that we were handled since we were born.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we get away from our own self. We get
Mm-hmm.
away from the center.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we get lost in life. And this is how we take some wrong routes, some routes that don't really look like us, and that we can never fit in. We choose frames where we can never fit in, but we choose to stay there because the society uh, is telling us that this is a must, this is wrong, this is right.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if I want now to describe myself, I will so confidently say I'm a free soul.
Wow,
And
beautiful.
I'm looking forward to be more free, to enhance my freedom and to free other souls in this life, especially other women's soul. In the past, I don't think I was a free soul. I think I was in a big jail, but I did not notice that I was really engraved somehow. And it happened like some conditions come into your life without asking you, without questioning your situation, without questioning your preparation to the state you're gonna be put in. And it just like come to your life and you need to handle it, you need to deal with it. And this is how people change. This is how I think people wake up. This is how people get out of their comas, you know? So that's it.
Beautiful. What a beautiful story. We're going to talk about that,
Thank
about
you.
what is it to be a free soul? What does it take to free yourself? That's powerful. We're going to talk about it in a moment. But first, I'd like to start off by asking you a series of rapid fire questions to further get to know you. All right. So now, what makes you happy?
Freedom.
Beautiful. What
Be free.
makes
I appreciate freedom.
we all do. Freedom is the most special, the most beautiful thing, the most invaluable thing you can have in the world, in your life.
Exactly.
You know, freedom is everything.
Exactly.
I agree with you. Now, what makes you smile?
A nice and a deep conversation.
Beautiful. Now, let's take the happiness factor a couple of notches higher. What makes your heart come alive? What makes your soul set on fire in a good way?
Whenever I make others smile.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Really.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love to see my effect on people, having them smile or having them find their ways or finding a solution for a certain problem and like helping them with that. I would be really, really, really happy for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, what makes you sad and angry?
I will again answer my freedom being taken away from me.
Oh, yes.
Or see, I don't believe that a freedom can be taken away from you. You allow or you do not allow this. But the trial to do it, it really bothers me.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What scares you? Other than spiders?
Okay, I let it out. It's 3 things or maybe 4, but I'm trying to deal. I'm trying to deal with them. 2 of them, I think maybe they are silly to people, but they are not to me. But 2 of them are really important. The first one is being put in a place where I have to deal with death a second time, a death of a dear one a second time. I know I can handle it, and I've been there, but the idea of missing another person in my life, it really sometimes like hit me. You know, I am doing my best to deal with it, but it hit me sometimes. And I know that it hit me because whenever I talk to my mom, my dad, maybe my brother or my sisters, I always feel the need to hug them and to tell them that I love them and simply to tell them, please stay with me, you know?
Oh, that's beautiful.
This is how I know that it frightens me somehow. The other thing, the other thing is honestly to be a failure. and to fail to deliver my message in this life. I know very well that I am sent to deliver a certain message.
Yes.
And I believe that this message is not limited to having kids and being married and raising my kids.
Sure.
This is part of it, maybe. I don't know, but this is not the whole message. So I always think to myself, whenever I go to sleep, I talk to God and I say, Dear God, please let me be on the right track. Do not let me waste time. Send me messages, send me signs for me to rectify the routes whenever I am lost, because I really want to deliver the message you sent me for, and I want to do it from the bottom of my heart. So please show me the way. Don't let me waste any more time, because I wasted already a lot of my life doing the wrong, or delivering the wrong message, a message that was not for me.
Beautiful.
That is
Wow.
the second thing. Yeah.
Wow.
The third
Powerful.
thing is gaining weight.
Get more active. Get more active, you know? Come on.
No, this is another story, but really, I had to deal with obesity for a very, very, very long period of my life.
Really?
And yeah, I used to be like really obese. I used to be 163 kilos when I was 18.
Whoa.
So yeah, I used to be really obese. And I don't like to use the word obese, not because I don't like the word, no. I'm very okay with it, but because I don't like to label any person who's dealing with this kind of issue with the weight gain and
Sure.
everything. So that's why I don't like the word. I don't like the label. It's not the word. It's labeling people, putting them into categories. I don't like it. But that's why my relation with food is not really in a place where I can say, yes, I've done it. I'm okay with food. I don't categorize food as bad or good. I'm not there yet, but I'm doing my best to be there. So yes, weight is one of the thing that I really think about. And the fourth thing, and this is like really important, it's marriage.
Well, that is a big part of life, absolutely. And marriage for the right reason, not just because society or family wants you, but because you want it. That's the right way to do it. Absolutely. So don't get, I know you already know that. Don't get pressured by society or family.
Never, no, never. I'm telling you, like, because I really appreciate this great idea of this long-term commitment. I love marriage and I appreciate marriage and I worship marriage. But because I really respect this concept of two people being together, serving the word together, okay? That's why I feel responsible to make a good choice for me to be fulfilled. It's not only about because I don't like responsibility. No, it's not that. It's just the feeling of responsibility towards myself and towards the word. I want to choose and I want to be chosen by a person where I can I can help him and he can help me deliver our message to this world.
To be a
That's why,
team.
yes,
To
to
be a
be a
team.
team. Exactly.
Not to compete,
So,
but to
yeah,
complement each other. Yes, absolutely.
yes, exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Well, just be careful what you ask for, because when this go live, you might get bombarded with guys trying to reach
Yeah.
out to you, so be careful. Awesome. Now, what is your number one personal superpower?
The ability to connect with all kinds of people. I think I am able to connect with any person on this earth, genuinely, with love, with compassion, with empathy. I genuinely love people. I love to talk to people. I love them. And I feel that human is a great, great, great creation. Like God really created us the best way. I appreciate humans. I appreciate them. I love them. I love the idea that God created us this way. You know, I respect its creation, God's creation.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. So many things we can talk over, and we will talk about those. Absolutely. I'm telling you, this will be a not just one podcast, will be a series, a saga. You know?
Inshallah.
Yes, 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 yes. All right. Now, you like traveling, right?
Oh, of course.
All right. That's a stupid question. Exactly, right?
No,
Now, what was your very first trip?
Croatia.
Oh, wow. When was that?
It was in 2017.
Mm,
It was the first time I traveled because I'll be so honest with you. Since I struggled a lot with my weight, when I
mm,
lost weight, I had some like really issues, like big issues with my skin.
mhm.
So I needed to do some operations to get my skin tight. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, so each and every year, instead of traveling, I used to work to have some money, to save some money, and to do the operation for me to have a good looking like body, or to tighten my skin.
Mhm.
So I spent around 6 years of my life just trying to deal with the damage the
Oh,
extra
wow.
weight has done to me.
Wow.
And that's why I couldn't travel, because I was working back then, and I
Sure.
had a limited time to take it
Sure.
as off.
Mhm.
So I used to take this time to do the operation, get healed, and get back to work.
Wow.
You know?
Now, you mentioned that twice, and that's something that I wanted to ask later, but I need to ask now because that's a very powerful part of your life. So you said you went from 160 kilos to now being normal, not more than normal, to being beautiful and slim again. How did you do it? What was the process? You're welcome.
Well, let me tell you. I was 18.
Mhm.
From at the age of 14, I was chubby, like not really obese, but I was fine. But at
Mhm.
the age of 14, I started to gain around 20 kilos or 25 kilos per year.
Wow, you were eating a lot.
Yes, it was just about the eating habits.
Was it because of
And
depression or because of
yes,
some issues in your
I had
life,
some,
or
yeah, I
that
had
you were
some
just
issues in my
eating?
life.
Okay.
And back then I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with them. So to me, food was the only way to
Mhm.
feel comfortable, to feel the comfort, to suppress
Mhm.
the feelings of not being able to control the conditions of my life. The only thing that I could control back then was the food on my plate. So I chose to eat as much as I can.
And God knows
Okay.
that Lebanese food is delicious, very easy to
It's
eat a
really
lot.
delicious,
Yes,
especially
yes.
my mom's food.
Oh
And
yes, oh yes.
so I used to eat for me to feel the comfort, for me to feel in control. And I really believe in one thing: our bodies are very smart,
Mhm.
and they listen deeply to our thoughts, and they
Mhm.
listen deeply to our emotions.
Yes.
I really believe that my body was trying to get bigger, for him to tell me that I am here to protect you. You are big, you can control, you have the control.
Wow.
So that's why now I thank my body for it. I know that my body is with me, it's not against me. my body loves me so much to an extent that he was ready to do everything for me. He ate a lot just to protect me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I send my body love and appreciation, and I deal with it differently now. But back
Mm-hmm.
then, yes, I reached 163.5 kilos at the age of 18. I didn't go to my prom because although I was the first in my class. I was like really a good student, but I
Wow.
didn't go to the prom. I chose on that day to do the operation. I did a gastric bypass, and I lost a lot of weight. But just for the listeners to know, I really do not recommend this operation to anyone on this earth. It has a really negative effects. I had to deal with them for around 10 years of my life for me to be
Mm-hmm.
normal again. So I do not advise, but
So
that's
before
what
one
happened.
second, for those that don't know, and I'm one of those, what is a gastric bypass?
A gastric bypass, it's a process where they cut the stomach and they change the root of the stomach. So the part that is cut from the stomach does not absorb. This part is very essential to absorb the B6, the B12, and the main vitamins, and especially the iron and the ferritin.
Wow.
Okay. So whenever this part is cut off, okay, the human the body will not be able again to absorb these nutrients. Okay, so you will have to take it as vitamins, and not all of them you can take it orally. For example, iron and ferritin, you should take it by in blood. So, and do injections for them. So it
Whoa.
took me a long time, one, to heal on the physical state,
From the
secondly to
operation.
heal,
Yeah.
yes, on the emotional and the spiritual state. I believed in my body, and I
Mm-hmm.
told my body the same story for around 2 or 3 years. You can do it. God knows. God will not punish me for this decision for the whole of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to absorb these nutrients through food again.
Wow.
I take multivitamins, yes,
Mm-hmm.
always I take multivitamins, but without the multivitamins, and I tried it for around like 7 months. Without multivitamins, the percentage of the vitamins in my body will not go down. So there is a way to heal. Nothing. Our body is very, very smart. He will find
Mm-hmm.
a way to delegate this function to another part in your body, in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to believe in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
So the gastric bypass you did. So what it
yeah.
does basically, it allows the stomach to be smaller, so you eat less food,
So
right?
you eat less, of course, you eat less, and you lose a lot of weight in a very short term. But also the side effects of it, that the skin will get released, and you have to deal with other things. And you will feel weak. You will feel that you don't have muscles. You will feel that you don't have energy. So you need to deal with all of that. And the main thing about it, and that's what I want to highlight here. Doctors, I don't know if this is the same thing in the Western world or the Asian world, but here, especially what I saw, and I will not generalize, this is my experience, okay? They did not tell me that you will face this and this and this and this, be prepared for it.
Yes.
That's one. Two, and this is the most important thing, you are, by doing this operation, you are transferring a young woman from a girl who was really bullied, who was called as Mirkava, uh, to a young woman with a beautiful face, with a nice body, at least with like when dressed, okay, because I told you the skin was released in the
Mm-hmm.
first place, okay. This young lady, this beautiful lady, will not know how to deal with her new form, with her new shape,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And we do not consider psychology, we do not consider psychiatrists, we do not consider to heal the emotional part. the spiritual part, this part that was damaged for 15 or 16 or 5 or 6 years, okay, because I had to deal with the bullying, I had to deal with the fact that I didn't feel a female, you know, I felt always that I'm not a female, okay.
Wow.
I had to heal from all of that alone by myself without being at least directed to it. Like I was questioning a lot of things because I am curious, you know,
Sure.
but it took me 10 years to heal. And I don't know if I healed totally. I do believe that we all need a lot of healings all the
Sure.
time, you know. So this is a part, especially for parents who have like obese children. I don't like to call them obese, who have like children who are struggling with weight. Okay, please be aware. Do not focus only on the diet. Do not focus only on their weight. Do not focus on the scale. Focus on their minds. Focus on their emotions. Focus on their spirit. These guys, these women, these young ladies, they are damaged in a very big way, okay, just because of the society, just because of the bullying.
Sure.
So please be aware of it.
Wow, so powerful. We can do an entire podcast just on that, on the ramification, the implication, and all that. Now, seriously, because this is very powerful, and a lot of people will need that, are wondering about that. So, a couple of questions came to mind. Is so you said once you did the surgery, whatever, you lost a lot of weight right away. So within a span of how long and how much weight did you lose?
In 1 year, I went from 163 and a half to 90.
Whoa. Within
To
1
90.
year. Okay.
Within 1 year, yeah.
Wow.
Then, like for the last 5 years, I was weighing between 73 and 88. I gain and I lose, I gain and I lose, but I will not go beyond 88, and I didn't go less than 73. And especially, I am tall, like I'm 180 centimeters, so it makes sense to my height. But yeah, you know, I lost weight in a short time. Like in the first 2 or 3 years, I literally turned to a bully also. I felt the rage. I felt that I want the whole world to like give me my right or say sorry for what it did to me, for the damage I had to go through. So I was a bully myself. And like really, I feel heartache whenever I think about it, because I know very well that I'm a good person, but that was my first reaction when I first lost weight. I wanted to each and every person whom I felt that he was bullied, I wanted to bully him. I wanted to make him feel sorry. I wanted to protect all the people from these bullies. So I used to bully bullies.
Wow. Okay.
You got me? Now.
So when you say bullies, you were focusing mostly on bullies that bully people about their weight, or any
Not
bully
only
about
their weight,
any.
anything,
Oh wow.
anything
Okay.
within their physical appearance, within their maybe poor, maybe not educated enough, maybe short, not tall, anything, any bully who used to bully
Wow.
anyone in front of me, I used to focus on him or her, and I used to bully her.
Wow.
Yeah, but I did not understand back then that bullies are weak people.
Absolutely.
They need to bully others for them to feel strong. This is the weakest way to deal with
Yes.
people.
Absolutely.
I didn't
Yes.
know back then.
Wow. Wow. Powerful. We'll talk about that in a moment, but let me get back to I mean, this is powerful. I love that. Now, let me ask you now some questions to further get to know you better. So, and I want to
Yeah.
take you now down a different type of traveling, down memory line. Go back to when you're a young girl growing up. You know, when we're kids, people around us, family, teachers, relatives, friends always ask us, so Siba, what do you want to become when you grow up? What was your answer as a young girl to that question?
Doctor.
Really? Wow. Why?
I wanted to heal people.
Okay. Okay. Did you have anyone in the
That was
family?
my dream.
Did you have anyone in the family as a doctor that inspired you,
No,
or okay?
no, no, no. I wanted to be a doctor, honestly. But what I discovered at the age of 18 that I cannot handle the fact that one is dying and I couldn't save him or her.
Oh yes.
I think I cannot handle that.
Hmm.
I cannot
Okay.
sleep.
Yes.
So that's why I ran away from biology. I ran away from being a doctor, although I applied and I was accepted.
Wow.
But I changed in the last moment because I thought about it. I cannot
Mhm.
handle to see blood, and
Me
I
too.
cannot handle, yeah, yeah,
You know, my
like
parents.
people suffering. It's really, it's really, it's heart aching. But what
Yeah.
what I discovered later on in life, the physical suffering is very, very, very minor compared to the spiritual and the emotional and the mental
Totally.
suffering.
Totally. Absolutely. You know, you
So I
mentioned.
heal people in a different way now.
Yes. 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 Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, what was your relationship with school? Did you love school or did you hate school?
Well, see, it had two fronts. Okay. I told you, I was chubby. I used to have a lot of friends. I still have. I love people genuinely from the very beginning of my life.
Hmm.
So being obese or being struggling with weight did not restrict me from having friends. I
Hmm.
had a lot of friends, despite the fact that I was struggling with my weight.
Yes. Yes.
So I was loved, I was popular, and I was very good in school. But why I was very good in school? Not because I loved school, not because I wanted to be number one to make up for my weight.
Mm.
So I saw myself as like minimal in the physical appearance thing. So I wanted to be brilliant on the other side for
Compensate
me
for it.
to
Yes.
compensate it. Exactly. That's
Mm.
why I like made sure to be always number one in my school. For me to be okay, she is obese, but at least she's smart.
Mm.
You got me? So it was
Yes.
not healthy.
Yes.
It was not
So you
healthy.
wanted
It
people
was
to
not
see
coming
you.
from a good place.
So you wanted people to see, hey, I'm not just this fat girl, but I'm very smart. I'm more than just that. I'm more than just what you see on the
Exactly.
outside. Okay. Yes.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's powerful. What was your favorite subject in school?
Honestly, I loved science. I loved math, and I loved Arabic a lot, the Arabic
Oh yeah.
language. I loved French. I loved English. I loved the all the materials, but my favorite was somehow the
Sports.
language.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, no.
Languages. Okay. Good. 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 Yeah. Beautiful. So you mentioned the topics you loved. Was there any topic you did not like at all?
Religion.
Why? Give me that. Me too. Why?
It didn't make sense to me.
Does it
It
make sense
didn't
to you
make
now?
sense to me. Not the way we were taught to. Like, okay, uh, I read about different religions.
Mm-hmm.
I read the different books from Tawrat to Injil to Quran.
Mhm.
And I believe in the three of them. But I see religion in a different way. And I don't like really to go in depth in this kind of subjects. Why?
Mhm.
Because I think people or some people uh, can allow for you to discuss anything, but do not come close religion.
Mhm. Yes.
And I see that this is a personal thing, and this is something between me and God, and between you and God, if you
Yes,
believe in
indeed.
God.
Indeed.
So I have nothing to do with it. It's not my job, it's not my thing. But
Mhm.
what I do believe is that God gave us minds, God gave us the logic, God gave us the eyes, the hearing, the talking, everything, each and every tool you might need
Mhm.
to be able to connect to God.
Mhm.
So I don't think that we need an intermediary between us and God. That's what I believe
Absolutely.
in.
Absolutely. I'm the same with you. Absolutely. Totally. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. But that's going to be a topic for another conversation because we can talk for hours, as we say here, till the cows come home, but let the cows stay outside, you know? Let them be in nature. Awesome. So moving forward now, what was your very first job?
Banker.
Oh, wow. Straight. Okay. No small jobs while you were in school, nothing, just straight. Put me in a bank. Okay, good.
I was a banker
All
for
right.
12 years.
Wow. Wow. What were you doing as a banker?
Well, I started as a CSR, then CSO, then I handled the public relation
Mm-hmm.
in a bank on the retail level. So I had different positions in the banking sector. I got to learn many different things. And I don't really hate the banking sector. I don't like the specification and the limitation
Mm-hmm.
of the idea of a banker. Okay. So you need to be, as if you are a diplomat, you need to be like in gray, in black, or in white, always formal. You need to watch whichever thing you say. And at the end, you're dealing with people's money. People's money is not as important as their health, but it is
Mm-hmm.
something that is important. So due to the crisis that happened in Lebanon, I noticed that maybe it's not my thing because there are some things that I don't have now the control to change, but which I don't allow myself to be part of it.
Yes, indeed.
So I didn't want to be part of the banking sector anymore because
Mm-hmm.
honestly and on the personal level, I'm not really and totally convinced with the way it is run, with the way it is managed.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I cannot change it. At least I don't want to be part of it.
That's good.
That's it.
That's understandable. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move forward now. Let's talk about your path from the moment you left school to now. How would you describe your path? Would you say your path was pretty much straightforward, smooth sailing? Once you get into one lane, just straight, or was it like more like a turns and twists, like a roller coaster, ups and downs?
No, there was a lot of ups and downs, and there was a lot of like several times where I felt lost. I did not belong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the wrong way. And I tell you one thing: my sister was Nada, who was like who died. She used to tell me. She used to always tell me, "You are in the wrong path. This is not you."
Mm-hmm.
And I've never listened. To me, it was the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
To her, it was lying to myself, you know. So when she died, I was like, it was as if I was in a coma and I woke up. And somehow all of her talks seemed clear to me.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in my life, I understood her words. So this is how I think I discovered my path. Like it was a moment. It
You
was
know,
more than a moment, not a bunch of experiences. It was a moment.
we all need something, dramatic, tragic at times to happen to really wake us up, to really make us understand what's really going on. And I have a feeling because what you're saying really, I went through that to some extent as well, is that I was doing what society, people, family, relatives were expecting me to do the right thing. You know,
Yeah,
go to school, become a lawyer, you become a banker, whatever. But that's not what I wanted to be.
yeah,
And it took, and for you, it took, even though your dear sister was telling you, this is not you, go follow your heart. But deep down, maybe you were, even though inside of you, you wanted to do that, but there was something holding you back and saying, I need to do the right thing. I need to make my family proud. I
exactly,
need to make the people around me look at me, especially from you coming from the background you had where you've been bullied a long time of your life and you wanted to show that,
exactly,
hey, you're capable, you're valuable, you're smart, you're gonna be
exactly,
somebody, as opposed
exactly.
to follow your
This
heart.
is
And
so true.
because I went to that as well, so that's why I can really relate with you. So,
This
so
is
for
so
you,
true.
yes. So just like you, I was never very religious, but I always believed in God. And since the start of the pandemic, I had a spiritual awakening. So now, and through that period, I understood a few powerful things about life. Like one, this life is like a school for us to learn lessons. Number two, I see life as because I love eating, and I see life as a beautiful 5-star Michelin restaurant. And we are here to try
Oh,
all kinds of dishes. And by dishes, I mean,
very nice.
experiences. And of course, the dishes too.
Tapas.
Yes, yes. So try a little bit of everything, try every
Yeah,
kind of experiences. So looking at that, looking at things from a, you know, before that, before my spiritual awakening, maybe you can tell me after if you can relate to that as well. When something happened to me, something bad, I was asking the wrong question. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Why me? Why? And then when you ask that kind of question, it's never good because it creates like a vicious circle of negativity. So
of
instead,
course. It gets
spirit
worse.
yes, the spiritual side of me, once I started to be awakened, now is asking a different questions. And questions can be very powerful. Instead of asking why me, what did I do to deserve this, I'm asking, what is this trying to teach me? What is a lesson for me to learn through this? So you shared something very personal and very powerful, which is the passing of your sister. So now looking at that experience from the eyes of from the spiritual eyes, what was the message your sister was trying to give to you while she was there? Was it for you to awaken, to listen to your heart?
Yeah, first of all, you need to you need to define
Mm-hmm,
the angle
mm-hmm.
from which you are dealing
Yes.
with this subject.
Mm-hmm,
So, and to me, there must be a hypothesis
mm-hmm.
from which you need to go to your conclusions. Okay. So the hypothesis was to me, God is not sadistic.
Yes. Hopefully
God is
not.
not sadistic.
Hopefully, yeah.
So to me, because I believed that God is not sadistic
Mm-hmm.
and God is not trying to make me suffer, and he's not experimenting with me, you know. God has only love, and
Yes.
because God has only love,
God
okay,
is love.
this experience is here
Mm-hmm.
for the sake of love.
Mm.
What is the love that I need to search for? What is the love that I miss in my life?
Mm-hmm.
What is the thing that I need to see and I'm not seeing clearly? So I was there, and
Mm-hmm.
literally I was looking in the mirror in the next day of her death. I
Mm-hmm.
was looking into my eyes and I was staring at myself, and I was asking myself this question:
Mm-hmm.
what have you done with your life?
Wow, powerful.
What did you add? Why are you here? If Nada is watching over you, what would she tell you?
Powerful, yes,
What
indeed.
is her advice? And for the first time in my life, I felt like she was my younger sister. She's younger than me for 3 years. That was the first time in my life where I felt that Nada is experiencing something that I cannot tell her about, or I cannot give her an advice about, or I cannot tell her, listen, watch out. I've been through this and I've handled this and I've struggled with this. Don't do this because you will get this.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It was the first time in my life where I felt that my younger sister is experimenting something, a concept, and she's trying to teach me something for me not to do the mistakes, or for me to do it the right way. So I was asking myself, what is Nada trying to tell you? Nada is leaving. She has a reason to leave, but she is trying to tell you something, because Nada used to love me a lot. And I know very well that she will never be happy if I am unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
So I got down and I looked at her corpse, and I was looking at her and I was asking her, Nada, what do you want from me? What am I missing? And like, people were staring at me like if I'm crazy, but I was totally convinced that she's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Her soul
Absolutely.
was still there. And then, like, everything was done. The funeral was done, everything. And I slept, and I saw a dream where I was eating very fancy food and Nada was eating simple food, but she was so relieved. And I was like, if I am imprisoned,
Wow.
you know? So this is how, like, I got the message. This way, I translated this way.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it was her telling me, live your life in your own conditions, do whatever you want. The fact that you have the comfort now, you have everything, you have a good job, you have a good car, everything does not mean that you are happy, does not mean that you are in the right way. Be aware you are doing something wrong.
Wow.
And this is where I started to ask all these questions. And I
That
spent
is,
1 year alone.
this is
Yeah,
powerful. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, indeed,
thank you.
because people always, they never leave us. Maybe their body is not here physically, but their soul, and they're always in our heart and around us, always
Yeah,
with us, and the best way for us to honor the people that we love that left us is to be the greatest version of us, to make them proud.
exactly.
Because if we keep on, crying and being sad, not only is not helping us, but is making them even more sad, you know?
Exactly. Because a dear one doesn't want you to suffer.
Yeah, exactly.
She
So,
loves me.
yes, indeed. Wow. Powerful. Powerful. That is beautiful. Wow. That was powerful. So, when you realized, when you had that dream and when you asked that powerful question to your sister, what are you expecting from me? What I'm supposed to do here? And when you get this vision, this dream, how did you implement that into your day-to-day life?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear it.
All right, sure. As I said, once you add that you were asking that sister,
Hmm.
what are you What are you trying to tell me? What I'm supposed to do here? What I'm here for? And then when you said you had that dream, that vision, and then you started to reflect on things, how did you started changing your life? How did you started implementing that and following, doing what you were more in line with what you were meant to do?
Well, first, I used to be really scared of leaving Lebanon and living elsewhere
Mm-hmm.
because I like the fact that I am surrounded
Mm-hmm.
by the people I know. Everything was comfortable to me. It was my comfort zone.
Sure.
So the first thing I did is that getting out of my comfort zone, telling myself that you need to get out to discover what is life, what life is hiding for you. You
Wow.
cannot stay here and be imprisoned as I saw in my dream
Mm-hmm.
and keep telling yourself the same story. You're safe here, you're safe here, you're safe here. Nowhere is safe.
Mm-hmm.
God is safe. And God is with you wherever you go. So it's not about the place, it's not about the house, it's not about anything. It's about how connected you are to God.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking after you. You can go anywhere. So the first thing I did is that I moved to Dubai because, see, I adore Lebanon. And this is a fact, and it will not change ever.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sure.
adore Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw in this stage of where Lebanon is going through deep crisis, I needed to get out to look for opportunities elsewhere and to be able to develop my skills. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I lacked some skills in marketing. I lacked some skills in the digitalization. I was a bit far, especially in the banking sector. This is not really something that we really work on for a long period. So I wanted to acquire new skills. I wanted to know more. I was eager to go into this digital world where I
Mm-hmm.
feel connected, where I feel developed, where I feel I am like really, I'm knowing what's happening around me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I came to Dubai, because to me, Dubai is a hub for digitalization. It's a hub for the development. So I wanted to come to the center, and this is why I came to Dubai. And really, it was the way I thought of it. It is really a hub.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working on my skills, my marketing skills. I started discovering the media. I started discovering what is a production. And I worked for a digital marketing company. And I started learning. I started discovering the market here, the differences, the different cultures. I have colleagues from different cultures, from different areas in this world. So it was a whole new world to me. I opened up. And the thing that I used to tell this to my friends, but maybe they did not like really absorb it. I really felt like I had a heart of a bird who can fly. The bird can fly,
Mm-hmm.
but he chose not to go really high as an eagle.
Love
Can
that.
fly, the bird can fly, but the bird plays it safe. Okay. It was replaced by a heart of a tiger, a heart of a horse. The horse is free.
The dragon going very
Go,
high.
yes, can go everywhere, anywhere.
Wow.
And it's not afraid of anything in life. So
Mm-hmm.
I really felt it. Like I am ready. I feel like I am ready for anything. Losing a job, I am ready for it. Uh, what else? Losing money, I am ready for it. Khalas,
Beautiful.
to me, I know now what is really important in life.
Beautiful. Yes,
You
I've been
know?
to the same. Yes. So when you decided to move to Dubai, what did your family think? Were they thinking you're crazy? Or they tried to say no, stay here, or they were fully, supporting you?
No, my family supported me from day one.
Okay, good.
because yes, they always believed in me, by the way, and they are very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
They said, whatever you feel you want to do, go and do it. We know that you can handle it. We want you to be strong. We want you to be resilient
Mm-hmm.
and consistent also. So first, when I came to Dubai, I struggled for the first like 3 or 4 months
Mm-hmm.
because it was different. It was a new word to me. And I visited Bekaa Lebanon, and I went to my former house, like my previous house, and I sat there and I read, like I have a board, a whiteboard in this house. And before leaving Lebanon, I read on this board, okay, you're going now to Dubai because you want to do this and this and this and this. Don't you ever forget that you are leaving your dear ones for a greater purpose. Make it worth it.
Love that. Wow.
So I read this and I said, oh my God, are you really nagging because you don't have a car yet? Because it's a bit hot? Because you're leaving your mom, you're leaving your dad, you're leaving your sisters. Make it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You're leaving Sandy, Nada's daughter. She's still in Lebanon. So you're leaving all of your dear ones. Make it worth it. You will not nag because of a car, of a taxi who got late, of a job that is like I'm working for 9 hours, let's say. I was nagging about that. Okay, no, you need to focus. You are here for a reason. So hold yourself, be like resilient, be consistent. You are strong and you can do it. And I came
Beautiful.
back with a different perspective. Yeah. We change all the time. That's the only constant thing in life, that we change all the time.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Such a powerful realization. I love the fact that, hey, when you said, hey, you're living your family, you're living your everything that you love, make it count, make it worth it.
Exactly.
That's very powerful. That everyone listening to this should really pay attention. I'm definitely gonna, pay attention of that. And even that was something that also needed to know, not to know, but to hear again, because sometimes we know what to do, but we needed to hear it from someone else. You know,
Yeah.
we need to hear from
Yeah.
someone else, and that's when they say, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
wow, this is
I totally.
powerful." Thank you for that, because that's something that applies to me as well. Make it count. Whatever you do, make it count. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
That's
thank
beautiful.
you.
Very welcome. Now, how was the transition into Dubai? Was it easy? Was it difficult?
Yeah, at the end, Dubai is a Middle Eastern country. So it was not really hard. And Dubai is a very welcoming country, by the way. It's a
Did
very
you
nice country.
did you know anyone in Dubai? You knew no one before
My
coming.
no, my brother is here.
Oh, that
My
helps a
brother is
lot.
here.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, it helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he and his family was very, very, very welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
So it made things easier for me. And honestly, he and his wife, they supported me a lot for me to go into this. Although he was going into the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nada is also his sister.
Sure, absolutely.
So I sat with him when I first came here. I did not like take a house alone. So the fact that we were gathered in the same house, it made us stronger. We were there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that I am surrounded, and he felt that he is surrounded, and we empowered each other somehow. We used to talk about her. I used to cry in front of him, and I used to um, like talk about my struggles with him, which
Mm-hmm.
is something that I've never did before.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I knew my brother because since he was young, he left Lebanon and he was like working elsewhere. I
Mm-hmm.
had the chance to know my brother uh, when I sat with him, and it was a really, 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 really great experience. Really.
Mm-hmm.
really fulfilling.
Wow. That's really for sure. So when you got into Dubai, you s-
Yeah.
tell me more about Dubai because I'm also interested myself about Dubai. So was it easy for you to to get the proper visas, to find a job and get settled in Dubai?
Honestly, like I'll tell you one thing.
Mhm.
Okay, you might think I'm crazy, but this is how it is. Okay. I asked God for the job and I got it.
So you manifested it. Wow.
Really, really, really. I'm telling you this fact. And I was so sure that I am getting the job.
Whoa.
I was so sure. I didn't see. This is what changed about me. I used to worry a lot.
Mhm.
Now I try as much as I can to put closures in my mind to any idea that might discourage me. How? What if you did not find a job? It's okay, you'll get back to Lebanon. You'll find something in Lebanon. What is the worst case scenario?
Love that. Yes, yes, yes. Especially when you
What
write
is
it
the
down,
worst
when
case
you write it
scenario? You
down,
will
when you
die
write it
from
down,
hunger.
when you write it down, you know, hey, this is not that bad. Actually, it's nothing. Why I'm worrying about, you know?
I get to sit with my parents. It's okay, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, I wrote that down. What if you run out of money?
Mhm.
You will not die. You will
Yeah.
not die. Your mom will cook for you. It's okay.
Yeah.
What if you have to sell your car? It's okay, do more sports. You know, it
Yes,
was
indeed.
that easy. I used to worry a lot and I used really to get things the hard way. When I did this, things started coming to me.
Mhm.
I just asked for it, you know? So it was easy. Finding a job was easy to me, honestly. And alhamdulillah, everything was going well. I did
Mhm.
not suffer, to be honest. I did not suffer because I took things in a simple way. I dealt with it in a simple way. I revisited my explanations, my how I explain things, how to say it. Like, okay, if I am dealing with, for example, if I'm dealing with a challenge in my job, okay, what does it tell me? Okay.
Mhm.
Does it tell me that I am not enough? Does it tell me that I don't know enough? Does it tell me that I'm stupid? I am idiot? No. It only tells me one thing.
Mhm.
Okay. I need to acquire more skills. It is
Exactly.
that simple. Why
Indeed.
do we complicate things? Why?
Preach. Yes, indeed. Wow, this is powerful. I'm glad I'm recording this because I will be rewatching this myself. Seriously, this is powerful. You know, this is one of the reasons I started this podcast. Not only to have wonderful conversation, but to learn more myself. It's part of my ongoing education, you know,
Thank you.
with
This is
wonderful
really nice.
people.
What you do is really nice, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Get
Wow.
to you get to see, like you get to know many different perspectives in life. It's really enlightening.
Totally. Yes. And also learning from people from all walk of lives, all kind of different backgrounds, and learning about things I thought I knew, but also learning about things I had absolutely no idea. Like, for example, I
Yeah.
learned about gastric bypass. I had no idea that even existed, you know?
Don't do it.
I'm not. Don't worry. Even I'm trying to lose some weight. I've been
Don't.
walking a lot, but no, I'm not going to go there.
You're fine. You're fine. Don't do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Shukran. Shukran. That's awesome. Wow. Wow. That's beautiful. Listen, let's move forward. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the beautiful impact you're having now in the world. Let's talk about your business.
Yeah. So I told you I started in the media field,
Mhm.
and I've always had this dream of having one center
Mhm.
for women, especially
Mhm.
women who have dreams, who believe in themselves, and also women who lack confidence in themselves and who don't believe in themselves. I wanted to have this center where I can gather these women
Mhm.
together and I can provide them with all the support they need for them to be the best version of themselves. So this is what I am trying to discover now. What are the chances to be able to do it? Maybe in Dubai, maybe in other country. I really didn't decide yet, but this is my vision here, and this is what I want to achieve. You know, whenever I have a business or a woman who have a dream, who has an idea, who has a great idea, and she wants maybe investors, she wants maybe a good team, she wants maybe guidance. How can we support her? What are the resources that are needed for this woman to achieve her goal and to be the best version of herself? She needs this support. How can I provide her with all these resources for her to be brilliant, for her to shine? That is my dream. This is on the first side. On the other side, I noticed that we have millions of centers where you can find a Botox
Treatment,
doctors,
yeah.
fillers, slimming, haircuts, everything in the center for the women to be physically beautiful. I appreciate that. I love beauty and I appreciate beauty. But I truly believe that this is not the only side, or this is not the only part of the story. You know, we need to look at the other front.
Totally.
So that's why I was thinking to myself, why don't we have a center or a hub where we can make women more beautiful on the other sides, the spiritual one, the emotional one, the mental one. You want great children, make great mothers. You want great nations.
Sorry. Say that again. Say it again, because that's very powerful. Say that again, please. Rewind the last part.
Really. You want great children, make great mothers. You want great nations, you know, raise great women.
Yes.
This
Powerful.
is how you raise great women. It's not by the filler. I'm not against filler and Botox. I did one. It's not, I'm not against them. But the fact that we only focus on this for us to put the women to have this checkbox on, she's good, she's not good, she's beautiful, she's not beautiful. No, this is not the only thing that we need to focus on. We need to focus on a woman mind, a woman, on a woman heart, on a woman, on her emotions. Once the woman is fulfilled, she will raise like really great kids, a real contributors, a real creator. You know, so I really believe, I believe in men also, but I really believe that the woman has a great part in it. And I really believe that we need to focus on these three areas: emotional, spiritual, mental, on the woman, for her to be greater, because she is already great, but she can be greater and greater and greater.
Yes,
you know?
beautiful.
So that is my dream.
Well, this is a powerful, beautiful dream, and I know I will not tell you good luck, because you don't need good luck. I will only tell you one thing: congratulations for having already achieved it, because I can see it. It's already there. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in everywhere. It's already there. Just like you manifested just like you manifested your dream job. You will manifest your dream center, and when your center is open, let me know. I'll come and visit your center in person. You know, we'll do a live podcast in person. You know, with all of your wonderful staff and all that.
Exactly.
We'll do the launch together. You know, the launch party. Okay, you know.
Inshallah, of course.
The universe is hearing you. You know, so what we need to do is just you know, let the intentions know, and the universe will make it happen for you.
Yeah, inshallah.
Awesome. Now, wow. So you're saying you want to create and build a wonderful center for women.
Yeah.
Do you have any woman in specific, or do you have a specific woman in general in mind that would be the best to really benefit the most from this center?
Well, in the first place, I believe that if you want to contribute, start with your neighborhood. I really believe in this.
Yes,
Be
yes,
good
yes.
to your neighbors first, then go internationally. That's why I am focusing on the Arab women, the
Mm-hmm.
Middle Eastern women,
Yes.
because really I can see the fact that they are, or we are, powerful enough and strong enough to deal with all the societal restrictions, with
Oh,
all
yes.
the societal pressures, and to still make it, and to still be there, and to still show up. This is an accomplishment. That's
Yes.
why I believe that Arab women, they are resilient. They are resilient. They have strength.
Yes.
Maybe they are not aware about, but they have it. They have the
Yes.
strength.
Yes,
So
indeed.
I'm not initiating this strength. I'm not building this strength.
Mhm.
I just want to help them get it out, to show it, you
Yes.
know. And by saying strengths, I do not mean that we need to be stronger than men, or we need to eliminate the manhood in life. No,
Thank
it's
God.
the fact that we need to be the pure females. We need to use our femininity, okay,
Love
to
that.
achieve our goals. Because it's the femininity is a really powerful energy. How to use this energy to achieve our goals and to complement with the masculine energy.
I
That's
love that.
that's my point. Yeah,
Because men and women are not meant to compete. For a man to win, it
exactly.
doesn't mean the woman to lose, and vice versa. God created us, each of us. It doesn't mean that man is better than woman is better than man. We all have different skills, different assets. Some things we do better, something women do better. And that's perfect. That's right. And that's okay, because when you put this together, we complement, we make each other better. Because, even though I was never good in math, but I understand in math, 1 + 1 is 2. But in real life, when two people come together with the same vision,
Yeah,
1 + 1 is not 2, but 11, meaning it
exactly.
exponentially explodes. Three people together is not 3, but 111. Four people is not 4, but 1,111, and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
So this is why I love that the men need to embrace the masculinity, the women need to embrace the femininity, because that's what the strength is, the natural beauty is,
Right.
and when you put them together, that's when the magic happens. We complement
Yeah,
each other.
I truly believe in this. And I told you, it all depends on the hypothesis.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
was good in math. If your hypothesis is good, okay, the conclusion is gonna be good. My
yes,
hypothesis in life that God will never ever create a human or anything or a tree or a flower just for the sake of creating it. It has a role, or she has a role, or he has a role.
yes.
That's why I respect the manhood,
Good.
because
Mhm.
I believe that God created man for a reason. They have
Yes,
some energies that we do not have, and we need to complement and to help each other to create.
absolutely. To complement each other, to make each other happy, and to together work as a team to create beautiful impact around us.
Exactly.
Love that. Listen, Siba, it's been absolute honor talking to you for about almost
Thank
an hour and a
you.
half here. We can go on
Oh,
for hours, but
oh
let's
my
start.
God.
Let's start wrapping this off. We'll definitely have to do a part 2 soon. So to finish
Allah.
off, yes, indeed. I'm going to ask you a final series of rapid fire questions on advices. Ready?
Yeah.
So, what's the best advice you've ever received so far?
Oh my God. A lot of advices. But one time I had a great, 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 great manager. She was a woman and I loved her. Her name is Carla. One
Mhm.
time she said, one time we were setting our goals for the year, along with our budget. And she set a goal that is unrealistic to me. She was my manager. So, and we had both a manager, but she was my direct manager. So I came back to her office and I said to her, no, this is unacceptable. You cannot set this goal. Okay, this is unachievable. The target is unachievable. Carla, it's too much. So she said one thing to me and it clicked 3 years or 2 years after that. She said, you're a very smart girl. I wish you can allow your heart to act and to think. Okay, and I wish that you believe in your heart as much as you believe in your mind.
Wow, that is powerful.
So, and then she said, this is achievable. If you want to use only your mind, it's nonsense. If you believe in your heart, it will be achievable to both of us.
That is beautiful. I'm going to write this down. Seriously, I'm going to write this down. So you say that again. So if you believe your mind, it's nonsense.
If you believe in your heart as much as you believe in your mind, you will achieve great things in life. You know, so it's. I used to prioritize logic in life. Whatever is logical, by calculations, math, science, whatsoever. Okay, to me that was the right thing. That was the thing to go for. Okay, so when I met this woman, she used to achieve great targets and big targets, and sometimes I felt that the target is bigger than me and her. For her, it was not big. One time, I went with her to she was praying, okay, and she went to the church. So I went with her. We went in, and she was really praying, and she was saying to God, God, you are powerful. You have the power. I know that if I will be like depending on my own personal powers, I will never do it. But with you, I can. So this woman, like, she really believed in her heart. She really, and she had a great sense of intuition. A great sense of intuition, you know. To me, I did not believe in such thing. Intuition, what is intuition? Tell me logic. Tell me 1 + 1 = 2. What is intuition? She said to me, if you let your mind and your heart work together, you will do miracles.
Wow.
You will do miracles because you have a clean mind. You are like educated, you read a lot, but you do not allow these informations, this knowledge, you know, to collaborate with your heart to create something great.
Love that. Wow.
Yeah.
This is powerful. Beautiful advice. I'm so glad this is recorded. And I took some notes. I will put some quotes after that. So that's beautiful. Now, on the other side, what is the worst piece of advice you've received so far?
I posted this on my Facebook one day ago. One day a manager said to me, like, I used to smile a lot and giggle a lot with people. I love to smile. I love to have fun, you know?
Yes, yes.
So this manager came to me and he said, try to stop smiling or laughing because one day you will forget why people laugh.
What?
And I was like, why is that? He said, one day you will grow up. And once you grow up, you will find out that there is no reason to smile.
That's crazy.
And I don't blame him to see life this way or to deal with life this way because he has his own story and I'm not like judging him, but I blame myself sometimes because I thought about it. I gave it a space. I said that he's a smart guy, he's an achiever, he's great at his job, so he might have logic in it. He might have a point of view. But I didn't know that being successful in a job or being a manager or being in a good position does not mean that you are successful in life, and does not mean that you are in a place where you can give advices about life. He can give me advice on how to work, on how to do my job great, yes, but he is not in a place where he can give me an advice about how to deal with my life and how to act and how to frame my personality. So that was, I think, the worst advice ever. What
Yes,
is life
wow.
without smiling?
Tell me exactly. Absolutely. Wow. That is beautiful. Now, imagine that you were blessed with a time machine and you can go back in time and sit face to face with an 18-year-old Siba. What's the number one piece of advice you would give to her knowing all that you know now?
Before giving her an advice, I would like to tell her that I love her and I am here for her, and that I will never ever judge her again.
Indeed. Powerful.
That's one. And
Yes.
my advice to her is to free her soul,
Yes.
and honestly, to be more precise, to connect to her soul. Because for a while, I swear, one time I was driving, and out of nowhere, I looked around me and I said, "My soul, where are you? I do not feel you.
Wow.
Come to me, come back to me. I miss you." And I was crying. I felt that I was empty. I felt it. And I
Wow.
knew that my soul was running away from me. She was not okay with my behavior. She was not okay with the way I dealt with myself, with my own self. So she was running away from me. So I felt it. So what I want to tell Siba at this age, at this point of my life, that do anything, all things can change, nothing is permanent, except one thing: your soul, your divine nature, your God. Make it the center of your life, and whatever is around it, you will not face any problem in dealing with it.
How do you do
But,
that?
well, when you have a center, as I told you, like before, the hypothesis is very
Okay.
important.
Okay.
The center is God. Whatever you do in life, make it connected to this center. Make it aligned with this center. Whenever you are connected, to me, it is God. To me, God is my connection to my divine nature. It's my connection to my soul. They are all equal. Okay, to others, it's a different perspective, but it's all around the same concept, being connected to yourself, to your soul. You know, whenever you are connected to your soul, whenever you are connected to God, you will find the right way. You will never be lost. Never. Make it the center. Instead of making the ego the center, the people's opinion about me, what is right and wrong for the society. Like, for example, I am 33, and in the Arab society, I am too late to be married and to have kids. You know, am I ready? Am I ready to do it? Am I ready? Am I really aware of the concept of marriage? What is my soul telling me? If I am to marry now, why am I marrying? Am I marrying just to satisfy the society, or I am marrying because I really want to do this unity with another man and to create something great in this world?
Beautiful.
This is
Yes.
the center. This is how the center differs from one perspective to another.
Makes sense. Absolutely. I'm totally 100 million% with you on that one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I know you don't have your podcast yet, but imagine if you had your podcast and today you were interviewing the most special person in the world, which is yourself. So you're interviewing yourself on your podcast. What's the number one question you want to ask yourself? Don't think too much. What is the first question that comes to your mind?
Are you still afraid?
What is your answer?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay. That could be the topic of another podcast, but what are you afraid of other than the dark? And why are you not afraid of it? Wow. Beautiful. Now, the last question I will ask you for today's episode, and that's my favorite question, and that is, what is the smallest thing you've done that has had the greatest positive impact in your life? For example, for me, it's been starting my podcast. What about you, Siba?
For me, it's writing. I create posts now. I'm having my own YouTube channel. Inshallah, it will be launched soon. So creating a content that I believe it can change women's perspective about their lives, about their daily lives, about their daily struggles. I think this is the greatest thing I've ever done. And also connecting people.
Yes.
Like, I believe that God gave me great connections with people for me to use them the right way. So whenever I find a person who's in need of maybe a recruiter or I don't know, something to fix something in his house, I'll do my best within my connections to give him or give her a solution, or to connect her to the right person, if I can do it. So I think this is one of the things that I love about myself, and I really encourage people to do it. Your connections are not exclusive to you. No, God had given you these connections for you to use them the right way. Connect people. Don't be afraid. Connect people. Help people. It's okay. You can share your connection.
Yes. Beautiful.
So yeah.
Wow. Listen, I've had over 200 people on my podcast, and this is not a compliment. This is an observation. This has been one of the most powerful, most enjoyable episodes in over 200. Seriously, I mean it, Siba. This has been so beautiful, so powerful. Yes. So
thank you so much. Thank
very
you
welcome.
so much, Damon. I
Very
really
welcome.
enjoyed it.
Very welcome. Now, if someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do so?
He can be in touch with me via my Facebook, via my Instagram, siba.yaghi. I'll be launching the official one, siba.yaghi.official. I have a page on Facebook. I did not post any content yet. The content will be posted starting July, inshallah, if everything went well. So he can DM me, okay, on siba.yaghi now, and it will be siba.yaghi.official later on for Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
And you can also email me on siba.yaghi@hotmail.com.
Awesome. I will put all of that, all of those links in the show notes. So listen, Siba, once again, absolute pleasure, honor talking to you. Thank you for sharing your story. Very powerful, very beautiful.
Thank you so
Pleasure's
much.
all mine. And there's so much more
I wish
we
you
haven't.
all the luck.
Thank you. And there's so much more we haven't even, covered about. We'll do probably a part 2 in a few weeks.
Inshallah.
Once your YouTube channel is live, come back here and share that story here.
Inshallah.
And absolutely. So listen, I salute you. You're a true leader with a heart. Keep shining your light. Keep blessing the world with your presence, with your impact, with your smile, with everything you do. Stay safe. Stay awesome. God bless you, my friend. And we'll talk soon. Take care.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.